welcome to The Beautiful Game, a debut show here just specifically about soccer. I'm Lloyd Jones, sports editor for the Conway Daily Sun, and my first guest, if I had a bucket list of who I wanted for my first guest, this guy'd be at the very top. It's Mr. Soccer himself, Giovanni Pacini, an elite National Soccer Coaches Association of America master coach, been in the game, beautiful game for 46 plus years.
Yes.
Just written a book. Giovanni, how the heck did I book you? How did I get you?
You know, we drew a lottery, and you were the lucky one out of the lottery.
Was
so
it
here I am.
I know. I was going to say, you're going global. The new book is a hit. It comes out tomorrow officially, right?
Well, actually it's out. It's available on Amazon.
Okay.
But the actual author's editions that I could come and I wish I had them today arrive tomorrow.
Do they really?
They arrive tomorrow. So I'll have a bunch tomorrow. I'll make sure you get a copy.
Oh, I would love one, autographed, of course.
Yeah, that's the things I've learned as now an author.
Yeah. Did you ever envision yourself as an author?
It's a great question, Lloyd. I always wanted to write a book.
Did you really?
I did, yeah. One of those lifelong bucket list items, and you go with what you know. I think I know a little bit about soccer after all these years and all my accomplishments.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to write a book about soccer, but a book with a very specific message and approach. That being the use of street soccer as part of a methodology.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cliche in the soccer world. The game is the best teacher, and our greatest players, come from the streets. So I'm like, well, you know what? We know these things. But no one has ever put the two together and create a methodology that maintains the spirit of street soccer while still going forth in terms of putting together activities and ultimately training environment. So that was the focus of the book, and it took about 2.5 years.
Did it really?
Yeah, about 2.5 years. I've never written a book, so my process was.
I was going to say, take me through the process if you can.
Well, it's kind of funny. I've written numerous articles.
Yeah.
So the template was how I write articles. So I usually start with literally piece of paper and a pen, and I start scribbling. It's a word, it's a sentence, it's a paragraph, and all of a sudden ideas evolve. Well, now I got a paragraph, now I got a page. And then you start doing research. I'm like, okay, I've written all this stuff down. Let's see if this makes any sense. So now you start pulling out literally books. You go online. Google Scholar is a wonderful resource.
Ooh.
So I start pulling in all these resources to complement the things that I have been playing around with my head.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it starts to grow. It starts to grow and starts to grow. And as it grows, you say to yourself, boy, I could write more about that. And all of a sudden it grows even more to the point where you have a chapter.
Yeah.
You do that.
Was that first chapter hard to come by, or?
The prologue of the book, interestingly, is an article I wrote for Soccer New England in the year 2000 about, you guessed it, street soccer.
Yeah. Oh, we should first mention the name of the book, The Importance of Unstructured Free Play Coaching with a Street Soccer Mentality. Where'd you get that name?
I made it up.
Did you really?
Made it up. Made sense to me. Made sense to me. I wanted to talk at length about unstructured free play in general.
Yeah. Because
it's an issue with young people these days and children these days. And the second part of the book was coaching with a street soccer mentality. So it's kind of two parts to the book. But then I kind of join them together to ultimately create a book that, quite frankly, Lloyd, coaches, parents, directive coaching.
I saw your target audience: coaches, parents, educators, youth soccer directors, soccer organizations, and sports administrators.
Yes.
I think that's a great niche there. But you don't mention the soccer fan or the player.
I guess if you're a soccer fan, it's certainly
enjoyable read.
Yeah, I think so. Something in there for the soccer fan in general.
Are we talking a couple hundred pages or 100 pages? Or?
When it was all said and done, 227, 28 pages. I should know this like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
227, 220 pages. And it includes 50 pages of activities that I created.
Really?
With this idea of coaching with a street soccer mentality.
Yeah. And that's morphed into a course that you're going to be offering, right?
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. So yeah, to complement the book, I created a street soccer course that a lot of the things that I wrote about in the book now manifest themselves in a course. And it's turned out to be a 6-hour course. I just finished it, and now I'm in the process of marketing it and getting it out there to the masses.
What age is it geared towards, Giovanni? Is it college?
It's grassroots. Grassroots, yeah. U6s, U8s, U10s. I consider U10s grassroots as well. Because, Lloyd, if you don't do it right then, then I won't say it's a lost cause.
You lose that foundation.
You lose, yeah. That's when you really kind of get it. You really need to do it correctly. So the book is geared toward that age group. And that's not to say that the methodology that I put together, you couldn't do it if you're a college coach. You can, but the real target, because it is so vitally important that we do it right, is the grassroots. So,
it really
so the
is.
course is pretty much the same thing.
And you've got some wonderful quotes that I've seen. This one just really hit me is, if the training and mindsets don't look and feel like the game, something is lacking very significantly. That just says a lot.
It's got to look like the game.
Yeah.
If on Saturday and you're playing a game, there's a goal here, there's a goal there, and one team's going this way, one team's going that way, it's a game. We all know what that looks like. Subsequently, the training environment should look like the game as well. Hence the adage which goes, the game is the best teacher. I take it a step further. I'm saying the street soccer game is the best teacher.
Yeah.
So anyone that's doing, and this is not to disparage anyone who's out there coaching or teaching the game, God love you. But if you see lines, your kids standing in lines, the game doesn't look that way. That's not how the game is played.
No.
So there has to be a playing environment of sorts. And for me, it's the game, which is street soccer. So, yeah.
And if we had to define street soccer, how would you define street soccer?
I get that question a lot.
Yeah.
Picture, if you will, when you were growing up. I think you and I are of a certain age.
Yeah, I grew up in England, and every day after school, I was playing soccer out in the driveway, out in the field. We just set up a couple of hats, and those would be the goals. And
yes.
we'd play until it got dark.
And that's street soccer. And that's, when I talk to people who may not be, soccer fans per se, I go, well, you growing up, you came home from school, and if you had homework, you finished your homework, and then you went out to play, or mom and dad said, go out and play.
Yeah.
And you met up with your friends, and it might have been, shinny hockey or street hockey or flag football or wiffle ball. You went out there and you played. And that's the spirit of street activity, street sports, if you will. And let's not forget, climbing trees and, having relay races amongst kids. We all did that growing up too. I'm faster than you, I'm faster than you.
Absolutely.
That's all part of activities that take place out there when kids are left on their own to go out and play.
Absolutely. I mean, now it seems like everything has just got to be fit into a certain calendar. Like, it drives me nuts, Giovanni, that like youth baseball, they've got to get the season done before school ends. And summer used to be when everyone played baseball.
Sure.
And I never see any kids with gloves out playing toss or anything. And that probably translates into like soccer. I don't see people having pickups or anything like that.
Yeah, I write extensively in the book about that very, very issue, why we see fewer and fewer kids going out to play.
Yeah.
Technology, put it right at the forefront. Kids are on their laptops, they're on their phones, they're on their computers, and they're mesmerized. They're like this.
Yeah.
And they get drawn into that sphere, if you will, and it just diminishes the amount of time, literally, that they go out and play. And they'd rather sit and watch get on their phones than go out and play. And we've got to change that, because it's really, really done some significant damage in terms of their development as young human beings. I mean, you can read it in the book.
Communication skills are lacking.
Yeah, of course. I always like to tell the story. Speaking of communication skills, I always tell the story when I was growing up in Boston years ago, back in the 70s.
Is that where you grew up, Boston?
Just outside of Boston, in Weymouth, Massachusetts, my hometown.
Uh-huh.
And street hockey was huge.
Oh.
And there'd be a bunch of us.
The Bruins.
Well, the Bruins were everything back then, weren't they? Yes.
The original six.
Indeed. Yeah. And so we'd get together in the street. We had to decide which street we were going to play on. There were cars parked there, so we had to deal with that. And you'd pick up, the teams, and you'd play. And I'd be the goaltender. And so you'd play, and all of a sudden, guess what? A car would come by. And we'd all scream, car, literally. And we'd get off the street. I'd have to move the goal, because I was the goaltender, off on the sidewalk, and the car would go by, honk, and give a thumbs up.
Uh-huh.
And then we'd have to put it back all together and play again.
Yeah.
And we had to figure out, well, what happens if the puck goes under a car? Well, what happens if it's an odd number of players? What happens if you got one player who's maybe playing a little rough?
Yeah.
How do we deal with that? But all of those things contribute to the development of kids learning how to problem solve, how to deal with those challenges. You don't realize it at the time, but that's crucial. It's absolutely crucial. All the more reason why we need to get our kids back outside playing, so they can experience all those wonderful things which will help their growth as young people.
And how did you evolve in soccer, Giovanni? Were you just from street hockey goalie to high school goalie or something? Or
Well, it was always soccer. Soccer and skiing, Lloyd. I mean, they were 1 and 1A even to this day.
Yeah.
I'm an avid skier. That's why I'm here in the Mount Washington Valley.
Second home up here.
Yes, indeed. My parents, in their infinite wisdom, purchased a home up here, or purchased the land, and then built a house when I was, I think, like 3 years old.
Oh my God.
Which is a lot of years ago. And we started coming here, and I skied. Grew up skiing at Pleasant Mountain.
Did you really?
Pleasant Mountain, yes. I was a ski racer for a while, and so yeah. And then my brother now lives up here in Bridgeton, and my sister has a home up here in Conway as well.
Yeah.
So the Mount Washington Valley has been in my DNA since I was a kid. I have no problem saying it. I love it more up here than I do where I live down in Boston. Don't tell anybody.
No.
And I get up here a lot.
You do get up here a lot.
A lot.
Which
And
is
as you know,
great.
I was very involved in the soccer community as well up
Oh
here.
my God,
Yeah.
Mount Washington Valley Soccer Club. You came in and were
Technical director.
Technical director.
Yeah.
I mean, then LaSalle College.
I ran camps up here.
Ran camps.
Yeah.
LaSalle College. You've got the distinction of having the only collegiate soccer match up here when you brought LaSalle up here
That
to
is
play
correct.
a friendly. So
Yes,
I mean,
yeah. Well, we used to go to Camp Huckins.
Yeah.
And we bring the boys up for about 3 days. And then we would do a game over here at Kennet High School versus, I think, Southern Maine was our first collegiate opponent. We came up here and played in the
That
Mount
was the
Washington
best
Valley.
soccer I've ever seen when you brought
Yeah,
those guys here.
Yeah. And the guys loved it. They loved Camp Huckins. They loved the experience. Kennet High School, the field there is immaculate. It's beautiful. So it made for a wonderful playing environment. And it gave the folks here in the Mount Washington Valley an opportunity to come and see some collegiate level soccer, which they might not see on a regular basis.
Yeah. I mean, just to see how quick the game is. I mean, it's just so fast, and there's so much strategy that goes into it. And the casual soccer fan may not see it until they get to see it in person. And it's like, whoa, that's pretty darn good.
Sure.
Then there's another quote of yours that the best soccer classroom has no walls, no whiteboard, no coach with a clipboard, just 2 kids with a ball in a parking lot. It really is that simple. It's the most affordable sport there is.
It's not rocket science.
No.
It's not rocket science. It really isn't. Go out and play. Well, before we hit the record button here, you were talking about, playing and putting a couple of hats down for goals and, or a couple of rocks, and you just, with your buddies, and you played.
Yeah.
And you played. We got to go back to that, Lloyd.
Absolutely. I mean, I was Paul Mariner back in my day.
There you go.
Paul Mariner.
Not a bad choice.
No.
Not a bad choice.
Ipswich Town was my team, and I loved those guys.
Sure.
And my granddad and dad would take me to soccer matches, and I'd stand on my little box and watch Ipswich play. I got to see one of your guys, Clyde Best. I got to see him play for West Ham against Ipswich. So just so many great memories. I just fell in love with the sport. It's just always been my favorite sport.
Yeah. Well, I give credit to my father, for teaching me the game of soccer. And
first coach, your dad?
Yeah, I can say my father was, God rest his soul, my first coach, taught me how to strike the ball, how to receive the ball, how to pass the ball. He was big on make sure you can hit it with both feet. I'd hit with the right foot. He goes, where's your left foot? Where's your left foot? I can hear him even now. Where's your left foot? And and then I was very lucky where I grew up in Weymouth. I played for Immaculate Conception Church, played for my parish, because there was no youth soccer back then.
No.
There were no clubs. So you played for your church. So I played for Immaculate Conception Church, and we had an Italian coach, and that's where I grew up playing soccer, formal soccer. And we traveled around throughout the Boston area and played against different parishes. And then that was it. And then I went, then I went to play in high school because it was, like I said, there was no youth soccer or club soccer, anything like that. And I played at Weymouth South High School for 4 years. 9, 10, 11, 12,
Were you goalie? No.
No, I was a field player.
You were?
But in hockey, I was a hockey player growing up, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Again, being a fan of the Bruins back in the 70s,
Yeah.
I wasn't a bad goaltender. I decided I wanted to change positions in soccer, so I just shifted gears, got off the field, and I became a goaltender and had marginal success at a higher level as a goaltender in soccer, mostly in the indoor game. So that was kind of the, my from going to on the field and in the goal.
And just the love of the game, you just kept growing and growing into the sport. And how did you eventually become a coach, Giovanni?
Another good story, Lloyd. Another good story. So I get out of college, and I'm going to my local high school at Weymouth South High School because I knew there was captain's practices taking place, and I wanted to stay involved. I wanted to get a workout in. I knew a lot of the kids who were playing because they weren't too much younger than I was.
Yeah.
And little did I know, on the field, getting ready for the fall season, was the athletic director, Bill Dempsey, God rest his soul. And Bill, he knew me as a high school kid. He goes, "Hey, Giovanni," he says, "you get a job or anything going on?" Because I had just gotten out of college. I said, "No, Mr. Dempsey." He says, "Well, there's a teaching job that's going to be opening up, health and phys ed. And at Weymouth North, my arch rival growing up, because I went to Weymouth South, it's going to be a soccer job. You interested?" "Sure." Sure, why not? And lo and behold, I got a health and phys ed job.
Yeah, you did that for two plus decades.
I did that for 5 years, yeah. And I was the high school coach at Weymouth North High School, with no intention of getting into coaching or teaching.
And not too much older than your players at that time.
No, I was still young. Like I said, just fresh out of college.
Yeah.
You know, when I got out of college, I wanted to go the route of corporate fitness. You know, that was my specialization, corporate fitness. And I thought saw myself working at the corporate level and running physical fitness programs for the employees. But no, Mr. Dempsey threw a curveball.
Yeah.
And got me, to become the soccer coach and health and phys ed job. And yeah, that's where the career
just
started.
Just had success, and then just people came a call and saying, "How would you like to go up to the next level?"
Yeah. But you know what? It's when I do my podcast, I oftentimes ask the question, how did you, like you just asked me, how did you get started?
Yeah. How do you get to the podcast? We want to promote the podcast.
Sure.
You've done 15 seasons of it.
Correct.
And it's like #1 in North America, I think, with a bullet.
Well, in my niche,
yeah.
I'm an independent podcaster. So when people who tune into the GP Soccer podcast, everything you hear, all aspects of the show, I put together as an independent podcaster. So you'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot how to put together a show, how to market and all that type of stuff.
You got to be like Rob. Just know what you're doing.
Got to be like Rob over there. Yes, indeed. And I wanted to be in radio, before I get involved in coaching. That was my career intent.
Yeah.
And so I took a course in podcasting. I got a mentor, and did practice some due diligence, did some research. And lo and behold, the GP Soccer Podcast was born.
Can you remember episode 1?
I do indeed.
What your topic was?
Ian Barker was my first guest.
Ian Barker, oh.
Yes, thank you, Ian, for being my first guest. And it was basically just an interview show.
Uh-huh.
I'd come on and
Q&A.
Just question and answer, and that was the show. But it has since evolved into a more traditional radio show. I'm a radio guy.
Yeah.
And I don't mind using the word radio.
No, you've got the voice and the personality for it.
So it's structured with it's got the blocks, block A, B, and C. I've got commercial because I have commercial sponsors.
Nice.
And it's structured just like a radio program. And that's what I wanted. And now it's evolved into something much larger than that first show, as you might expect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
But you look back on the first couple episodes and say, "Ooh, I was a little rough." Or
yeah, every once in a while I go back and I'm like, "Oh boy, it was okay," but
yeah.
But
Let's talk a little bit more about the book, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Another quote: "The most powerful thing a coach can do is to design the right environment and then get out of the way." I love that quote.
Yeah. There's a term that we oftentimes use in soccer. It's called joysticking, where a coach is just basically telling Johnny, go here, Billy, go there, Stevie, step back, Danny, you're going to it. It's joysticking, joysticking, joysticking.
I see that on the sidelines at the high school level.
Of course. And, when you joystick, you take away, literally and figuratively take away the opportunity for the player to figure things out on their own. And they need to figure it out on their own because they retain it then and they become better players because of all of that. The joysticking part, getting coaches to talk, let's just talk about a training session, talk just enough that you're getting your points across.
Yeah.
Talk just enough that you get players who will give you answers, because I'm a firm believer in the Socratic method, question and answer.
Yeah.
And then let them off and play. And the key component is to do this, use these and use these. And then when you bring them in again, you've now, through the power of observation, you can now, again, through the Socratic method, question and answer, ask the players some questions and have them give you the answers again, and then send them back out again.
Yeah. And another one, the moment we overcoach, we are underdeveloping.
Yes. Again, the more you talk,
the
more you yap, there's less playing time, there's less time that players are taking in information, processing it, and then using it. That's the key component. Let them make mistakes. One of the biggest problems with the game in this country, everywhere, is not letting kids make mistakes. It happens. Players are going to make mistakes.
That's the only way to learn.
It's the only way to learn. And if you do it right, you'll get the next one. Or if you're a coach, you bring them, why do you think you lost the ball in that one? You ask them. Well, my touch was still too hard. Oh, okay. Maybe next time you might a little softer touch. Awesome.
Yeah.
Off you go. So that's kind of the approach. We've got to talk much less, do more guiding.
Yeah.
And learn and listening as well. So.
Then I've got this question from, let's just say Dave in Freiburg.
Dave in Freiburg.
What is the most constructive thing a soccer parent can do to support their child's development, and what is the most destructive? Kind of a two-prong for you.
Encourage them to go out and provide them opportunities to go out and play. I know we're kind of beating a dead horse a little bit here, but it's such an important element to our broader conversation. Parents, get your kids to go out. Limit the amount of time, screen time they have. That's crucial. The idea of going out to play is vital, absolutely vital. And if you're pacifying your children because, they're quiet, so let them stay on their phone or on their laptop or on the computer, you're doing more harm than good. It's pacification, I grant you, but now they're locked into an environment where there's not a whole heck of going on here in terms of processing what's happening in their world, if they're indeed outside and playing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well said. Well, let's look at some photos.
Sure.
We've got a few photos here. Take us through them if you don't mind.
Yeah.
This is back in the day.
Yes, at Kennett High School.
Yeah.
Our mutual great friend, Dave Hart.
Yeah.
I went up there.
You did a number of clinics up there. And
I did, yeah.
You also ran a player academy here in the Valley.
Direct kick soccer camp for a lot of years. Yeah.
A number of years.
Yeah, very proud of that. But it's a great picture. Some terrific players there.
Yeah, they loved it.
Yes, a good group of kids, and kudos to Coach Hart for bringing outside people into the environment to provide the kids.
I love that Dave was always bringing in people.
Yeah, provide them another voice.
Yeah,
another voice, and so it was always a joy.
There's your guy.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Goosebump moment. Michael Skelton. Michael played for me at LaSalle College for 4 years there.
He took his game to a new level.
I like to think so.
Yeah.
I like to think so.
He had a remarkable career.
He was just a consummate student athlete and the consummate young man. Great student, great player, great teammate, good kid. You want him as your son.
Yeah.
You'd want him as your son.
Not only did you get Michael, you got the Skelton family.
Got the Skelton family as well. So those were very great times. Yes, Coach Hart and I, we were in Iceland.
I know.
We were in Iceland. One of the things I've been able to do in my career, Lloyd, is to kind of travel in different parts of the world to learn about player development, coach development, learning about the soccer infrastructure in different countries. Iceland has always fascinated me because it's a country of 340,000 people. Small country, tucked away in the North Atlantic.
Absolutely.
And they produce terrific players. Their professional game is terrific. So I said, I have to go. I have to go. And who better to go with than my good friend and colleague, Dave Hart. So we went and we learned such a great deal in our time there. And then I came back and did a presentation on it at the Coaches Convention. So this is down in this is down in Copa America a couple of years ago.
At down in Miami, isn't it?
Hard Rock Stadium. Dave and I were very lucky to get in alive. We were very lucky to get in unscathed. If you are a soccer fan and you know the history of that particular match, it was mayhem.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Mayhem. All kidding aside, I did indeed have some bumps and bruises getting pushed up against the wall. I tried to make my way up.
Really?
Up the stairs. Oh yes.
Oh my gosh.
And there was no guarantee, Lloyd, that our seats would be available because there were a lot of people getting into the stadium who did not have tickets.
Really?
And they were just grabbing an open seat.
Oh my gosh.
And if they grabbed a seat, they were not going to relinquish said seat. So we found our seat, and we were surrounded by predominantly Argentinian players. We had a chance to see Lionel Messi play.
Yeah.
That was an adventure, to say the very, very least. But another great adventure for Coach Hart and Coach Pacini.
Yeah, I mean, I just love that you guys go places. And here it is, the book.
There you go.
Was this down at a presentation in Boston?
So this is the most recent picture. One of the things I was very lucky to be involved with in terms of promotion. Dear friend of mine, Dan Egan, who people might know him more as a skier.
I was going to say, the skier, right?
He's a skier. Dana and I go way, way back. We're good friends.
Skied together growing up? Or?
You know what? Interesting. Since all the years we've known each other, we've never skied together.
Really?
Yes, never skied together. He just put together a wonderful, wonderful documentary about the story of Clyde Best.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing documentary, and I was allowed to do a little bit of promotion for my book.
Yeah.
You know. And yes, there's Clyde Best himself to the right.
Yeah.
And Addie Coker to the left.
I know. How did you get those two? Just Addie's good friends with Clyde. They played together.
So yes, they did play together. Addie played in Boston.
Yeah.
For the Boston Minutemen a lot of years ago. And I interviewed Addie on my podcast.
Did you really?
Yes. So we had a little bit of history together. Again, to meet the great Clyde Best was such an honor.
Going to bring him on the podcast, hopefully? Or?
Hopefully, yep. You know, I got connections.
You got connections.
My friend Danny, I hope got some connections.
Yeah.
It was great. So yeah, a recent match. Again, Coach Hart and I were at Boston Stadium
for the World Cup.
For the World Cup match with Norway against Iraq.
Was this your first World Cup match?
No, I've been to several. Last time they were in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Last time in Boston, I went to several. Back when you could go to several. When
that's not Dave in disguise.
No, this isn't Coach Hart. No, this is just a fan, Lloyd.
Really?
And I go, can I take your picture? Of course.
Yeah.
But it was just indicative of the joy that not only the Norwegians bring, but the Iraqis brought to the match, and all the other countries who were present at that evening at Boston Stadium. And it was a great picture, one that I had to have.
Yeah, and you shared what it was just. You could feel the joy. Joy is probably the best word for it. You could feel the joy amongst both fans, and everyone got along. There was no hooliganism or anything.
No. And I did a little audio recording for my show, for my podcast, before the match, and then when I got back to the car.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I found myself repeating was like, everybody was just so happy and joyous. Norwegians with Iraqis, Iraqis with Norwegians, Americans and all of the other nationalities, just all together, bound by the joy of soccer.
Yeah.
And we got in an orderly fashion and had fun, and we got out in an orderly fashion and had fun. And I commented on that recording, if the rest of the world could just act this way on a daily basis, we'd be okay.
We'd be
okay.
Yeah. So, Giovanni, what's your first soccer memory?
Boy, Lloyd, you got a good one there. My first soccer memory. My first soccer memory is putting on for Immaculate Conception Church, getting ready to go play a game. I don't remember where, somewhere in the Boston area, and lacing up my cleats. Now, I'm putting this in quotes for a reason. Even though I had cleats from Italy, my family being from Italy, and they'd send me real cleats, you had to wear high-top sneakers with rubber studs on the bottom.
You did?
Yes, that was a rule.
High tops?
High-top sneakers. They were black sneakers with studs on the bottom, rubber studs on the bottom. And I remember, Lloyd, lacing them up and going like, I don't want to wear these. I don't want to wear these. But you had to wear them. And my beautiful Italian soccer boots that came from family in Italy were, in the closet. So that memory, when you asked the question, that immediately came to mind.
How long did you guys have to wear those?
I don't remember how long.
For a season or
well, every time you had to play, fortunately when I was finished up playing, CYO soccer, when I got to the high school level, I could break out my beautiful Italian cleats and use those.
Absolutely.
So,
do you have a favorite soccer experience?
Not one, Lloyd.
No, I was going to say 46 years.
Not one. The favorite experience is when I'm on the field and taking players to places they didn't think they could go. That's always the experience that stays with me, even to this day. I worked with a group before I came up here yesterday over in Weston, at Weston High School, group of high school boys, and I put forth a clinic. And when they came here, they were kind of at this level. We went through the session, and there were some things that I was trying to get them to try, and they left someplace here. That's the great experience.
It is.
Can you get players to go places where they didn't think they could go? So,
oh my, that's awesome. So you've worked alongside professional and national team coaches. What is the one thing the best in the world all seem to understand about player development?
Again, we'll beat the dead horse. It's the game, the game, the game. The greatest players came from the streets, and nowhere other, and I call them soccer sophisticated nations.
Yeah.
In those nations, you know, going out to play in the streets is applauded, is expected. It's part of their cultural, societal, and sporting DNA.
Like Brazil, they're out on the sand.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great point. We're playing beach soccer. They get that. We don't get that here. We don't. Our sporting landscape, Lloyd, is different here in the United States. We have football, basketball, baseball, hockey. Heck, I'll throw in lacrosse.
Yeah.
Down in my neck of the woods in the Boston area, we see rugby now, you know. So there's all different kinds of games that kids can play, and so they could choose a multitude of sports to play. And they do, but typically when they get into those environments, it's overly organized. There's not a lot of free play that takes place. So it's a big problem in this country that we just don't get our kids to go out there and play pickup sports and street soccer. Where in those countries that we noted at the outset there, they get it.
Yeah.
They get it.
My cronies continually tease me because I love soccer, and they're like, "How come we're not winning at the World Cup?" And I was like, "Well, we're working on it, but we haven't taken the strides I'd like to see us take."
That is the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
$1 million. I am so bold as to say the following. I have no problem saying this. The United States of America will never win a World Cup. It won't. It will never win a World Cup for the following reasons. Number one is pay to play. In this country, the sports industrial complex, which is an obscene thing to say, is like a $30 billion a year business, a business, right? For as long as that stays in place, we're going to have limitations on the kids who
You got
can
the haves against the have-nots.
Correct, and our best players are found in our inner cities.
Yeah.
They can't afford to pay $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 to go play soccer.
And then you've got to play on a travel team.
Exactly. And then the next thing is our best athletes do not play soccer. They don't. Our best athletes are the quarterback, or they're the defensive back, or they're the power forward in basketball, or pick a position in hockey. So our best athletes do not play soccer. And then you look at our media. Our media, right now it's a bit of an aberration because it's the World Cup.
Yeah.
But when the World Cup's
Everyone's
over,
doing World Cup soccer stories now. Let's see where they are a month from now.
Exactly. So if you don't have that continual feeding, if you will, kids aren't going to I'm going to play soccer instead of play football. I'm going to play soccer instead of playing baseball, basketball. But pay to play, number one. Our best athletes don't play soccer. And then I'd be remiss in saying, the coaching in this country is not where it needs to be. We still have people who joystick, who overcoach, who overtalk. We have too many people who we call coach-centric, where they are the focal point on the field, not child-centric, where the kids are the focal point. You put those together, and I don't say this, it kills me to say this, you put all those things together, U.S. is never going to win a World Cup. Listen, I hope I'm wrong, Lloyd.
I hope we're wrong, too.
I hope I'm wrong. I say this. People, when they listen to my podcast, they know my position on this. I hope I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to bite my tongue and say, yippee. But I don't see it, at least in my lifetime. I just don't.
Are we getting closer, though, Giovanni? Are we breaking down some of these barriers?
Yeah. In my lifetime, Lloyd, I go from where you could barely find soccer on television. We used to watch Soccer Made in Germany.
Absolutely. Toby Charles.
Toby Charles. There you go. Great memory. Yes, that was it. Very few opportunities to go play, those types of things. Well, here we are. Many years later, we've got a vibrant professional league. Our women's game has taken off in a wonderful fashion. We have more kids who are involved. We're starting to break down the barriers a little bit, pay to play. You're seeing more clubs that are free through sponsorship. I've had a number of them on my show, in the GP Soccer podcast. So we have made great progress. We have, and I would be totally remiss if I didn't bring up all those positive things that have positioned us to a point where possibly this current group of players might, and the moon and the stars have to line up, might make it to a final. So we've done well. But all those other things, and I bring up those dark areas again, they keep getting in the way to where the United States could be this monster of a soccer nation in terms of producing world-class players. We generate players generationally. Right now it's Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
Generationally, he's our guy. Do we have to wait to the next generation? Do we get the next who might be?
Was it Clint Dempsey and Tim Howard?
They were
those
generational players.
Yeah.
Where if we didn't have the pay to play and the better athletes were playing soccer and all the things I noted earlier, we'd have multitudes of world-class players. Then the United States couldn't be beat.
Yeah. I mean, I think the fans are craving it. I mean, I've just been I was so apprehensive going into this World Cup because I didn't know what we were going to see with 3 different countries hosting and whether there'd be the buy-in, because I was so frustrated, Giovanni, just by the ticket prices and just how they were just fleecing people. The casual fan, it made it so difficult for them to be able to go and be a part of it. And I wanted them to be a part of it.
FIFA.
Yeah.
It's the mob.
It is.
It's the mob.
It really is the mob.
It is indeed. It's the mob.
I know you got to make money, but you don't have to gouge people to do it.
And there's a sense of arrogance associated with FIFA and President Gianni Infantino.
Yeah.
That basically says, well, you know what? This is the World Cup. These are the prices, and if you can't pay them, too bad. You and I both know soccer was a working man's game.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So blue collar, working man's game. And that's still part of our DNA. But over the course of the lifetime of soccer, it's no longer a working man's game. It's a game for the well-to-do. And the well-to-do can afford, to drop $1,000, $2,000.
I know.
I've seen upwards to $15,000.
It's just criminal to me.
It is indeed, yeah.
I mean, it's such a shame. And just let's watch a little more World Cup photos, if you don't mind. I think we've got you and Dave there again. Oh, there we go.
Luka Modric, Croatia.
Yeah, 200th cap.
200th game, yes, 200 games for his country. Saw the match yesterday.
Yeah.
One of the great ones.
He really is.
One of the great ones, and a wonderful guy as well. Consummate teammate. A joy to watch. When the ball came to him, there was always that sense of like, oh, what is he going to do now?
Absolutely.
Like, what is he going to do now?
Yeah.
Great player. Yeah, Mo Salah.
Dave Hart's guy.
Dave Hart's guy.
He and Egypt have had some success.
They have had some success, yeah.
I think they're going to go through.
So, yeah, left Liverpool, as you know.
Yeah, I know.
He's 34. There's some rumors that he may end up in MLS.
Really?
Maybe. I hear some rumblings.
Ooh, that would be good.
Sure.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Jordan Pickford.
Jordan Pickford for England.
Best goalie in the world, would you say?
No, Donnarumma.
Oh, yeah.
Not because I'm Italian.
I know.
Donnarumma.
Yeah.
Tim Howard, arguably, if not the best goalkeeper that the U.S. has produced, but amongst the best.
And you've worked with him, right? Or
I met him actually when he was at Everton.
Yeah.
When I was doing my master coach research, we spent some time over at Everton, and he was very gracious and came in and spoke to the group. And me being the only goalkeeper person in the group, I was called out and had a chance to chat with him. And not only did I chat with him, I had a chance to conduct a training session.
Did you really?
With the Everton, not the first team, but the second team goalkeepers.
But still.
That was a treat, Lloyd.
What a treat.
That was goosebumps.
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had the honor. Great stuff there.
Sun Heung-min?
Yes, yeah.
He's in the MLS
Yeah,
now.
MLS now. I think he's up in Vancouver, if my memory serves me correct.
Yeah. Playing well, South Korea.
Yes, yeah.
He's had some success.
No question. The man,
guy
the myth,
you
the
saw.
legend, Erling Haaland.
What was it like to see him in person?
He's a beast.
Is he?
He's
That's
a beast.
That's the exact word Dave Hart used.
6'5", and his sole intention on the field, get me the ball, I'm going to score a goal.
Yeah.
And
He's a finisher.
He's a finisher. He's the classic finisher. And he will hunt you down. If you're a defender and you have possession of the ball, he is steamrolling his way towards you to put you under pressure, to potentially give up the ball where he'll take it and ultimately maybe make you pay by scoring a goal.
Yeah.
He was fun to watch. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
He's had a great season for both
God,
domestically with Bayern Munich and obviously with England. Didn't do much yesterday against Ghana.
God, he had a good chance there.
Had a good chance
right
there,
at
and
the
it
death.
went 9 miles over the bar.
I know.
It happens.
It does happen.
It happens. But another classic goal scorer.
Yeah.
Like Erling Haaland, a classic goal scorer. Our own Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like about Pulisic's game?
He's a workhorse. He's creative. He's so intense.
Yeah.
He just loves it. You can just tell that he just loves being out there. and he wants to win so badly. It was great to see him to go to AC Milan in Italy.
Yeah.
Had a great start, the tail end of the season.
Premier League.
Yeah, he ended up being on the bench. He wasn't producing. Wasn't
He
producing.
got hurt, and then it just
Got hurt, yeah.
pushed him back.
We'll see if he plays in the final match against Turkey.
Would you play him?
If he's healthy, Lloyd, if he's healthy, maybe you start him and you play for a half.
Just
That's
get
it.
Yeah.
And then you sit down. If he's not healthy, can't risk it.
No.
The United States go as Christian Pulisic
They
goes.
really do.
They do. He's the one player for the United States where opposing teams have to pay attention to him. You take him out of the equation, you won't have to pay attention to him anymore.
Yeah.
There's no one else you have to really kind of pay attention to. And that's one thing that
Coach P's done a pretty good job with this squad.
But yeah, he took some heat early on.
I was worried we didn't have enough midfielders. I just kept thinking, oh, we're an injury away from being in real trouble.
Yeah, but no, he, again, practicing due diligence. He went through the laundry list of players, our domestic players, predominantly from MLS, our international, guys, and sometimes it's just an all MLS side, sometimes more international side, sometimes a mixture of both, to ultimately find, as he puts it, find the right players.
Yeah.
The right players. Not the best players, the right players. And he's spot on.
Oh, I've been so impressed by Freeman and Sergio Dest.
Yes.
I mean, those guys have just kind of, whoa, where'd they come from?
Yeah, good play. All good players.
Yeah.
All good players.
All good players.
Yeah.
Then we've got
Kylian Mbappe. Saw him play a couple, 3 months ago before the World Cup started. There was a friendly match at Gillette Stadium with France and Brazil. And you can't appreciate, Lloyd, on television, how explosive this guy is. He's standing still with the ball, facing a defender, and in a blink of an eye, he's a blur and he's gone.
Is he really that quick, that first step, huh?
It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And then when he's in stride with the ball, the ability to accelerate was mind-boggling. Dave Hart, my partner in crime, Coach Hart, we looked at each other at those moments. See how fast he is? See how fast he was? So, yeah. Yeah, there you are, CR7.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo had a good day yesterday against I think Uzbekistan, scored a couple of goals.
Doing it at 41. I mean,
yeah, it's a love-hate relationship with.
It is. It really.
It's a love-hate for this guy. He's all about CR7.
He truly is.
He's all about himself.
I mean, he scores the goal. I'm back. I'm back.
I'm back.
And later on, he changed his tweet to say, "We're ready.
Yeah,
we're ready for the next round." Yeah.
Not only
Virgil van
Virgil
Dijk.
van Dijk. Yes, another Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, quality defender.
Quality players, and he's playing for a Dutch side that throughout all these years they produced magnificent players. They've never won a World Cup.
I know.
They've never won a World Cup. I mean, it's extraordinary. I've been to the Netherlands doing research, and if you want to study a case study of a country that does it right,
yeah,
it's the Netherlands. Extraordinary. The cohesiveness, the camaraderie, always thinking ahead, that type of thing. The collaboration, which I was so struck by. For example, they'll have these meetings where a group of representatives from clubs will meet for another group, and they'll talk to one another. These are competing clubs, and they'll learn from one another. They'll see what's working for you, what's not working for you, and then go back and apply those things to their team. So the spirit of collaboration, I'm assuming it hasn't changed, was extraordinary.
Yeah.
One of the things I really was struck by when I was there.
And from Johan Cruyff all the way to Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Yes,
just developed talent.
Yeah.
And they're 2-0, and this guy.
Yes, Lamine Yamal. He's 18.
Once in a generation player.
Well, Spain has, they've got maybe a couple of those, but in terms of the next generation, yeah, he's the speed of his feet. I'm always fascinated by the speed of his feet. Doing some quick. The ball hasn't moved, but he's doing some quick step overs to unbalance a defender, and then he's gone.
Yeah, he came from rural upbringings.
Indeed.
And just he embodies street soccer.
And guess where he played? Guess where he learned the game? In the streets.
Absolutely, yeah.
In the streets. It's fun to watch. Absolutely fun to watch. And there's Messi won his World Cup. And
Pele was always number one, but now I've got to pass the torch to Messi. Perhaps.
Yeah, he's the antithesis of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Great player. I mean, arguably one of the best, if not the best in the world, but humble.
Incredibly humble.
Humble, nice guy type of thing. It was great to see him finally win a World Cup last year. Will they do it again this year?
I don't know.
A little bit of an uphill battle.
He's the thinking man's player, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you just see the thought where he just knows where to go on the field.
Yeah. And the opposition knows where he's going at this point.
Absolutely.
But they can't stop him.
They can't stop him.
They can't stop him. So, yeah, it's
That's more Christian Pulisic.
Christian Pulisic, yeah. Classic number 10.
Alisson.
Another great goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic goalkeepers. We're enjoying some terrific goalkeeping in this World Cup.
We really are.
Bosnia,
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
40 years old, the saves we were making the other night, I mean, it was just absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Who do you like in this World Cup, then, if you had to pick two for the finals?
Well, my prediction to win the World Cup would be France.
Ooh.
However, Morocco.
Morocco.
They're a side that you keep your eye on. If I gun to my head, I have to pick a team. I'm going with France.
Yeah.
But I can see Morocco doing it. They are, in terms of player development, in their country, they've done a magnificent job, and these players are just fantastic. So I would not be surprised at all.
Playing Haiti tonight at 6 o'clock.
Yes, if Morocco pulls this off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic. So, do we? What else was I going to talk to you? Oh, the fans. Have you been excited to see the fans? I mean, the Tartan Army. They took Boston by storm.
They drink Boston dry, Lloyd.
How do you do that?
You drink a lot.
I know.
You drink a
but
lot.
I mean, I never thought I'd see this. I
More
love
of our
it.
fans, yes. But that's the beauty of the World Cup, isn't it?
It really is.
Is to bring different cultures to our homeland here.
Yeah, we've got Japanese and
Yeah, exactly.
England.
Taking photos of one another. Everyone have smiles on their faces. That's what the World Cup is. The only entity, is the only sport that can do this.
Yeah.
That bring all of these wonderful people from all across the globe together, in a common language, that being soccer or football.
Yeah.
And find joy. And there we are, our Tartan Army. Where I live, just south of Boston in Quincy, the Scottish national team was staying in the hotel in Quincy.
Oh my gosh.
So there were Scottish folks everywhere.
Yeah.
And the other day I was food shopping, coming home, going past North Quincy's train station there were Scottish people all over. I rolled my window down. We love you. We love you too, Boston. It was wonderful. So I had my little moment
Yeah.
to reach out to the Tartan Army and let them know how much this fan
Yeah.
so appreciated their presence in the Boston area. It's been so much fun.
Oh, and I've got one more question
Sure.
from, let's just say Dave in Freiburg.
He seems to be rearing his head throughout the course of this conversation.
Please ask Giovanni why isn't Italy in this World Cup?
Oh, how much time do we have, Lloyd? How much time do we have? They have some serious issues going on over there, starting with player development.
Have they lost their way, or?
They have lost their way. And without spending an enormous amount of time in each one of these, you're seeing some issues with player development at the youngest levels. In Serie A, you have way too many foreign players who are taking up spots that typically would go to an Italian player, where they need to kind of develop the literal infrastructure in Italy. A lot of the stadiums are dilapidated. World-class players do not want to come to Italy.
No.
And you need those players, There's the classic Italian, corruption is too strong of a word, but Italians have a way of just messing things up
Mucking
because we're Italian. Everything is dramatic. There's some serious issues going on in Italy regarding their game. I hope that in this current cycle going into the next World Cup that they sort it out.
Yeah.
Because you need to have an Italy in the World Cup.
You really do.
You do. It's like you need to have England in the World Cup. You need to have Brazil. You need to have these countries in the World Cup. And Italy has to be there. I hope they sort these issues out. I think they will. And we'll be blessed to see them coming back in the next World Cup cycle.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, we're just almost wrapping up, but I just have to ask, if you could have anyone, Giovanni, on your podcast, who would you like to have?
Anyone on my podcast,
Yeah.
besides you, Lloyd.
No, besides me.
Besides you,
You got
Lloyd.
me anytime.
Anyone on my podcast, dead or alive,
Dead or alive.
Pelé.
Yeah.
Dead or alive, Pelé.
Yeah.
Alive, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA.
Ooh, put him on the hot seat?
Yes. Let's have a conversation, Mr. Infantino. Let's talk about the game. But yeah, Pelé, dead or alive, of course.
Absolutely.
The greatest player to have ever played the game, changed the game.
That sounds
Alive.
wonderful.
Let's get Mr. Infantino on the hot seat in the GP Soccer podcast and see what I can get out of him.
And GP Soccercast, how do people get on subscribe to the podcast?
So GP Soccer Podcast, anywhere you download your podcast, anywhere you listen to your podcast, you're going to find us all across podcast land. And as
You look for soccer, or what is there?
punch in GP Soccer Podcast.
Yeah.
And I'll come up pretty quick.
Are you doing an episode monthly, weekly? Or?
So it's a weekly show. It's a weekly show every Wednesday. And like I said, I usually do 2 seasons per year. And they roughly run about 15 to 17 episodes per year. This year, this season, I'm doing, for obvious reasons, the World Cup, I'm doing 5 bonus episodes, again, on Wednesday.
Oh, good.
Strictly having to do with the World Cup. And they're brief. They're about 20 to 25 minutes, where it's all things World Cup, where I talk about stories from the World Cup. That's the gist of the extra bonus content that I'm featuring now. But yeah, wherever you listen to your podcast, and you can listen to every single podcast of the GP Soccer podcast from season 1 to
really?
season 14. Yes, if you really
Ooh,
want
I
to
gotta go back and
binge,
listen to week 1.
you can binge all of my shows, which means you've got nothing to do. But no, certainly check out. They're all available.
That
all
sounds
available.
fantastic. And one last time, the book, The Importance of Unstructured Free Play, Coaching with a Street Soccer Mentality, currently available, Amazon.com.
Yes, on Amazon, yep.
And hopefully we're going to get some here in the Valley for
Tomorrow,
folks. Yeah.
the author's copy.
And hopefully you'll have a book signing here in the Valley, which would be fun.
That'd be great. That'd be great. That's something we can pull off, certainly.
And Giovanni, thank you so much for coming on. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And you've got a welcome invitation anytime you like. It's the quickest 4 hours we've ever done here.
No question about it. We covered a lot of territory. No, I thank you very much for inviting me. As you know, Lloyd, the Mount Washington Valley is very near and dear to my heart. Again, going back, I came up here with my parents when I was 3 years old, and still come up here, and I consider the Valley my home. I really, really do.
We're lucky to have you.
A special place in my heart.
Perfect. Well, for Giovanni Pacini, Rob Struble, I'm Lloyd Jones. Thanks for watching the beautiful game. Go USA tomorrow.
Here we go.